Hey, it's Shop Talk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, we keeps it real. Good morning, and welcome to Shop Talk with Mel. Got my girls in the building. We have the lovely Amber. Y'all give it up for Amber this morning. Let's give her a wonderful round of applause. And we also have the lovely one and only Nick the Voice. What is the community talking about? You want to hit up your girl Nick. She gonna keep it real. Yes. What'd you say?
Money making Saturday.
Oh, people making the money. Hey, listen, let's get this out the way right now. Spring forward.
Exactly.
2:00. Spring forward. God bless you.
Thank you.
2:00, not in the afternoon, 2:00 in the morning. It is springtime. We are springing forward. However, in Ohio, I don't know. Is it spring? Should we be springing forward? Because we got snow.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? What the heck? Yeah. We're doing, hey, here goes some Spike Lee stuff. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Up you wake. Up you wake. Let's do this doggone thing. Today's topic is eyes wide shut. I didn't get this thing going yet. Eyes wide shut. Isn't it interesting when you look at certain things and you're like, is this really happening? Like, am I the only one seeing it? That's why I wanted to name today's topic, Eyes Wide Shut. Like, I'm here, I'm woke, but this can't be real. Cannot be real. I've seen so many things. How was your weekend? Before I start telling y'all about mine, or the week. Go ahead, Nick, you go.
Like I said, making money as usual. Work.
That's it. Oh, man, we ain't trying to do that. We trying to unleash. This is the weekend. We want to bring things up.
Last Sunday.
You did what?
Enjoyed myself last Sunday. I finally met up with, I belong to a group here. My sister-in-law.
Okay, you belong to a group. So you had a group of girls, guys, mixed?
Of professional women, honey.
Okay.
One Caucasian lady, she was, and they were all enjoying. You know what? You know how sometimes you meet strange people and, you know, you can feel the vibe of some of them.
I don't know strange people.
It was all positive energy. They were accepting. And like I said, professional women. That's what I need to be around. Money women. Money making.
I heard that. You got to, listen, you got to rub it. That's why I carry a green purse. When you see my green purse, you're like, man, why you wear a green purse? If you ain't got nothing in it, honey, I'm making money moves. So maybe somebody see the green and be like, let me bless her. Boom, let's drop that in.
Exactly.
So I was like, let me get a green purse. That's kind of like funky. So that's what I decided to do, to get a green purse. Or wear green. Who's wearing green anymore? Anybody?
I wear green.
Do you? There you go.
Once in a while, I wear something green, yeah.
Okay. Make that money.
St. Patrick's Day.
No, mine ain't for St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
Mine is to make money moves. I look good, I feel good. Maybe I look in the mirror and be like, yeah, this is it. So Amber, how was your week?
It was pretty uneventful. I had, an important meeting. It went well, and I went out to dinner with my with a friend, and that was nice. And that's kind of it. A lot of work, but
there y'all go with this work.
Yeah.
Well, I did ask for the week, so I guess
Yeah,
that's appropriate.
So had to work, but it was good. Everything was good.
Now, you know what? It's interesting that you should say that, and I want the listening audience. Feel free to call in here. The phone number here is 619-902-22. What is it? 229. I can't even remember. I'm terrible right now. What is it? 619-902-2287. There we go. That's it. I'm like, here we go. That is it. So feel free to call in, lovely people. I know y'all like, wait, what happened? But you did good.
Where did Mama go?
You're hilarious. You wait a minute.
Like a little lost child in the mall, huh?
Like, y'all about to run this show. Now, look, for certain, I got the right number. 619-902-2287. I'm fooling around with these, the mouse over there, you know what I mean? All that extra stuff and hit the wrong thing and disappeared. What'd you say, Amber? Where did Mama go? Right. And you know, I'm just so used to like other things, other people doing it and handling it. Like, you got that, we good. Well, listen, now you said that you went out to dinner. You had a good time. Did you go out to dinner as well, Nick?
Yes, I did. We went to brunch.
Okay.
Went to brunch. Met all the ladies at brunch. She had the lady that
okay.
It.
All right, pin that, because this is what I want to talk about. That's my segue. Nick was about to go another 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, we ain't on it. It said time. We got a time limit. But let me tell you, have you noticed, since both of you guys have been out and I've been out as well, have you noticed that the food don't taste the same? Or is your food tasting the same? Let me ask that.
For the most part, a lot of food. Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, for the most part, yeah, I've noticed a lot of the food does not taste the same. Well, except for my brunch, so that.
Okay. What about you? Have you been to that restaurant before, though? So you don't know the difference. Okay, on that. But what about you, Amber? Did you eat familiar food?
No, it was unfamiliar food, but it wasn't very seasoned. But due to the demographic that it was serving, it made sense. So it was good food, but yeah, I felt like it was like it had season. I don't know. I guess I just have a salty taste for salty food. But then when I was out of town up in Grand Rapids, the food was hitting. It slapped. So I don't know. I think it just depends.
I really think it depends on your area. They cater to. You think your demographic.
Let's go to a viewer. A viewer said food is disgusting. And listen, I feel like that, honestly. I feel like I went to familiar places and I had to revisit it again. And the reason I had to revisit it again, and it might not make sense to you, but it does to me, is because I wanted to make sure that it really tastes like that. Because sometimes things are so good and that's your favorite place that you know how it tastes. So it's like, oh, okay. But then the second time I said, no, it's jacked up. And I feel as though that it's not as seasoned as it was. Please chime in here, lovely people. You know, even the viewers, tell me what you think. Have you guys been out? And is the food tasting the same? And see, here's the thing. You know, I'm one to be, my wheels always are turning. And I was thinking, I said, I wonder if they're cutting corners. Because you have a lot, I was actually listening to, I can't remember which media outlet, but they were saying that, and it was a reputable one, that 70%, I think it was 70, not 80, 70% of the restaurants are like losing money and closing down because they don't have that funding, especially in Ohio. And they were saying that, remember that funding that Uncle DeWine gave, for the people? These people, they need some help. And then the mom and pops, I'm down with the mom and pops now because it seems like the larger food chains are, like I said, cutting corners, like the spaghetti sauce. I was like, it's light skin. Why my spaghetti sauce light skin like that? It was like...
light skin. That's the first time I ever heard this.
My spaghetti sauce, it wasn't like the chunky red. It was straight up like almost pink. I was like, what happened? You know what I mean? So, and then I went to Stonebridge. I think that's the name of it. And it used to be really amazing. But again, where's the seasoning at? Like, I don't, you know, did you have like the last bottle? It's almost like you had that last bottle of parsley. And you just like, yeah, you only get just a little bit right there. Yeah, just a little bit. You were like, oh, I thought it was parsley on that macaroni and cheese. It looked pretty. Nope, it was just over there because we ran out. It's almost like that, like they're running out of seasoning.
Well, I will say, when we went out to dinner, we had asked for, I think I had 2 or 3 menu items I had asked for, and they were like, oh, we don't have it. I was like, oh, we don't. I was like, oh, well, damn. Okay, let me choose something.
Cheesecake Factory in Columbus.
Yeah, like, oh, that's out. That's out of stock. Sorry.
Right. I felt like I was watching Jungle Fever. You remember when they was ordering the food and Queen Latifah was playing the role? She was the waitress, and she was like, we don't have that. We don't have that. And Wesley Snipes, wasn't Wesley Snipes in that movie? Nick, you the movie girl?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, how about you tell me what you do have? And then that's when she suggested the blackened catfish. Remember that?
She was being funny.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know what's happening. But you guys had a great experience, so I'm not upset with you guys' experience. I'm glad you had a good time. And the food tastes like food.
Right. I go to some places, though. Yeah. There's some of the places I've gone that I usually frequent, it don't. Yeah. It's more or less the supply and demand because, you know, they still waiting on a lot of supplies, everything. Everybody running out of everything. Something that you're used to going to the store and getting all the time. I won't name the big brand store, but every time I go, they don't never have it. It don't matter which store I go to, and I got about 50 million of them around me.
Well, with these gas prices, with these gas prices, they going to get them trucks up in here real quick. Like, oh, hold on. Otherwise, the food will expire. But go ahead, Amber. You were getting ready to say something.
Oh, I was going to say that with the gas prices, you know, it was definitely motivating me. So, like, I want to start cycling more, you know, like bike ride to the grocery store, stuff like that. Gas prices are super high, and just trying to like consolidate. Like, do I really need to go there? Can I make this in one trip instead of 2?
You remember when we were little? We walked to the store like 100 times to go get one thing. Yeah. Well, I said I was going to walk to the store again, but then I looked and I was like, oh, I might need to be picked up. I was like, I might get there and be like, can you come get me? Like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And then
the one-way trip.
Right. But what's happening to the corner stores? Have you been inside the corner store lately?
My corner store is ghetto as all. I hate going there. It's so ghetto. It is not their fault. It's the people. Like litter everywhere, messy. People, customers are rude. Like,
okay.
But last summer, I bought one of them old lady grocery carts with the big wheels.
Me too!
Behind you. I said, I'm going to walk to the grocery store to get snacks and stuff. Like, I'm not going to drive. Like, I'm going to walk. So, it's already in my basement. It's ready to go. Ready to whip it out as soon as the snow melts. But, yeah. I'll be dragging my little cart behind me. You're
going to be dragging your cart. And then everybody going to be driving by going slow, talking about something. Amber, you need a ride? You know how that be, Nick. They be like, oh, she must be broke down somewhere.
Right.
Or
just look, baby, try to get some exercise.
Yeah, or what they going to do, Nick? Oh, I seen Amber. You know, she fell off.
That's the first thing you kills me because when you try to walk to get your exercise because you want to walk, everybody wants to stop that off you ride. But when you out walking it because
you got a flat tire or something,
somebody to stop, they keep keep right on going like.
Yeah.
They think you want to walk. She's exercising. No.
Nah, bro. Not today.
All right, go ahead.
That doesn't really happen to me because I don't really know nobody around here, and B, usually when I go walk, I walk my dog, and I think most people see when you have a dog with you, like you're intentionally walking.
So what do you do with your dog if you go to the grocery store and you walk your dog to the grocery store?
We would leave her outside. I would leave her with Ethan, and then I would go in the store and grab whatever we were getting.
I thought you was going to take them in because you know they got these support animals now.
Yeah, it's such an abuse of privilege.
Yes, it is.
They're really abusive.
I was at Red Lobster and I walked in and it was a huge dog in there. And I turned around and I walked out. She was taking me to my table and I walked out. And the manager wanted to know what happened. What was the issue? I said, I'm not eating with no pets. Like, you know, your pet, and it might sound rude, but you know what I do. If you know, that's your support animal and you feel like, okay, you need your animal to go with you because you need to support it. You got an entire family. It's about 7 of them. Okay. It's a huge family. And you got this big dog with all this dander. I was like, well, y'all should have ordered out or ordered in.
Yeah. Well, I can understand if it was like a blind person dog or whatever.
Yeah, actual service.
Okay, right.
But you don't need a dog. I don't know. I think there's a lot of abuse that happens with that. A lot of people take advantage of it when they're not actually service animals. And then
service animals are very different from support animals to me.
Exactly. And that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it was a support animal, not a service.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a support animal. And that's what the manager said. But here's the thing. This is what's nutty to me. So you need a support animal to go out in public, but everyone who is suffering from asthma end up just sick with this dog dander and everything. Because I did go and get I remember shopping. I was at Dillard's. I'll put the name out there. And it was a support animal in the cart. And the cart is cloth. And I didn't know. Ask me, how did I know? Because I threw my black dress that I was going to purchase in that cart, put it up on the counter, and it was full of dog fur.
So they have cloth carts.
They do out at the like the outlet type thing. What is it? Yeah, that they do out there. And I really like this dress. And she was like, "Well, we'll just give it to you. We can mark it down." And I think it was like marked down to like maybe $3. I said no. I said, I'm allergic. I said, all this dander. So they said, I didn't think about that. I said, yeah, nobody's thinking about that. And I understand being overly sensitive and being welcoming with everything. But the problem is when you allow one thing, you have a majority who are affected by that one thing. And then we're supposed to accept it. Work with, you know what I mean? That's where it's like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Listen, a working dog is not going to be thrown in a cart. A working dog is going to walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the service animals, they walk. They don't bark. They're focused because that's how they're trained. They have their vest on. They'll let you know I'm working.
These are these Paris Hilton dogs. You know, they got them in little purses and stuff. And I'm like, come on, this is real life. Like,
listen, I got my Paris Hilton dog. I got my service dogs. Yes, my support dogs. Yes, I do. I got both of them a certificate, but that served one purpose and one purpose only. Them heifers come to go walking.
You don't got to pay the deposit?
You better say it in the monthly rent. These are support animals. I need support.
You ain't got to.
I have a dog that's not a support animal. It's just a pet. Just a dog.
I mean, they just for the purposes of not paying that deposit, I need my emotional support animal.
Right.
Listen,
y'all big winning. I'm telling you.
Yes, for real. I was like, I gotta pay how much? Okay, watch this, dog.
Oh no.
Without my dogs.
Okay. Let's go here. Let's see what we have from a viewer. For the listening audience, this viewer says, my cat is an emotional support and he doesn't come with me everywhere. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. It's like, come on, man. What we doing? We're just taking full advantage, to me, of the system. Now, speaking of that, your boy, some of y'all call him Juicy Smollett.
Y'all gonna get off my boy Justin.
He's not mine. I saw that. I don't claim him.
Well, he went back to court. Listen, they were going to, let me sit up to tell this part. I'm falling down. they were going to allow the media in. He's the one that did not want them in for this retrial. Now, he was found guilty. We already know. They're like, no, absolutely not. This is not what's happening. You're going to jail. He was sentenced, lovely people. Sentenced to 150 days in jail. They said 30 months for his elaborate hoax. Now, which one we working with? No, that's what I'm saying. Which one we working with? 30 months or the 150 days?
But he's sentenced to 30 months, but he's doing the lesser, Oh,
they let him go ahead. Good behavior. I mean, what's that called? What's that called? Out community service and stuff.
Yeah. Probation, yeah. Or community service, something like that. And he has to be on probation for a long time, though.
But he said that the only reason that he got jail time is because he's black.
Yes, I agree. It's true. But he knew that before he decided to vote.
Before he did that.
And because historically, white women have done this for years, and they didn't get jail time. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Don't even start with that, because with Chris Brown, it was another woman came forward. Did you see that? Did you read that article?
I read the headline where they said he's able to prove that it was just a woman's scorn.
Absolutely. So let me catch up the listening audience. Chris Brown, they had him out there again. There was another female that allegedly said that he raped her and all this extra stuff. The problem was he had the Texas. So it was the Texas. The Houston, Texas. No, he had the text. And all of these texts, actually, he pretty much put it on the line what he was looking for. And if you read the article, you'd be like, oh, and she agreed.
Right.
That's what's mind-blowing to me. That's what's mind-blowing to me. You agree to this hookup. Sure. And she actually said, I need to know what it is. She wanted everything on the table so that she knew exactly what it was that they were going to be doing, which is cool. Because if you look at it, I would rather somebody tell me what you want. What are your intentions? This is it. And let me make a conscious decision to say, okay.
I agree.
Problem is, you can't get upset and want to sue because you broke, because your PPP ran out. And you like, let me find some money. You know what I'm saying?
But, okay, so she agreed to the drugs too?
No, I don't know nothing about no drugs. See, what I read was sex.
Artist that allegedly drugged her, because I thought that was a point where she got drugged, and then that's when the sexual assault occurred.
You know what? Ever since Bill Cosby and people starting to come out with that Me Too, that's been the go-to for a lot of people now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so now all these people, all of a sudden, you coming out, but I don't think so. Same thing like with the T.I. and Tiny. Y'all already knew they was freaky. You knew what it was hidden for. You made that conscious decision to go and be with the stars and do your thing. Don't complain about it now. You know what they do. I'm quite sure they, when they got there, they told them, okay, this is what's going to happen with this one. If you was down with it then, don't get mad now. Like, you have the option of saying no.
Either way.
Okay. For the listening audience who are just tuning in, here is the call-in number. So you can call in live. Call in and voice your opinion live, or you can also text, and we will read it and talk to you live. The phone number here is 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. Too many phone numbers, I'm telling you. Right? That's why I was like, wait, I feel like I'm rattling off a social. Again, 619-902-2287. Text, call, kick it, jump on the live on YouTube, Facebook, all streaming networks. And you also can, if you're on the go and you're not at home stationary, you can also listen to us on your favorite podcast. All right, we are there. Then you can catch us later too. But join in. Tell us what you think. Now go ahead, Amber. What was your thought?
I feel like either way, I don't feel sorry for him because these men are choosing to entertain these money hungry women. It's just like, oh well.
Well, how do you know that they're money hungry?
Because, I mean, if it was false, it was a false accusation and she's just trying to get some money out of him, then she's money hungry. But it's like he brought her into his life. He didn't have to entertain her, but that's not what he wanted. He was looking for a sexual connection, and that's what he got. But then, he got a whole lot more than he asked for.
But isn't that what's being introduced on the onset now? Because I actually witnessed a female tell a guy, she was like, I want to go to here. Talking about to this restaurant. That's all you want. I'll be like, let me grab my green bag.
Right.
I'm like, how are you? You got to do it subtly, ladies, if you're trying to get something. But dinner, that's all it takes?
Nah.
I mean, I think it's different strokes for different folks. You can do whatever you want to do with your body. It's your business. But I do think it's important to guard your energy and your surroundings, and don't let just anybody into your life. That's just not from a female perspective of just like a man taking advantage of you, but for men too, especially men with wealth and resources. You're just letting any old scallywag into your energy and into your space because you want sex so badly, and it's so important that you have a non-committal, no strings attached sex that you let this like succubus type woman into your life. Now you're getting dragged through court. Now you're getting accused of rape. Now you're getting lied on because men don't value vetting women, and then they get got. Oh well.
But shouldn't we are the ones that are in control? We should change that narrative.
No, and I think the idea that we're in control, I think it's just putting more pressure on women, because at the end of the day, if Chris Brown is a victim and she lied on him, it's still his fault because he facilitated that. And if he was actually looking for a genuine connection,
he wasn't, and he said it.
Exactly. Like you looking for some puss, and you got some puss with a whole bunch of baggage, and now you in court, now you being called a rapist, and all this, that, and the other. Oh well, maybe you should change your priorities and vet women and actually look for character and morals and values.
But what if you don't want that?
And that's why he got what he got. That's
now see, that's but you look at him, you look at Trey Songz. It's a few that keeps getting done. And I'm saying they keep getting done. So with that,
it's no longer the group year where they were just ready. They were just fine with being around that star and getting done and bragging. It was no longer about the bragging rights. These heifers want some money nowadays. Guess what?
How much are you gonna get?
Don't play the victim. Don't play the victim, and don't use that rape, because then you're kind of like watering everything down for a real rape victim.
Absolutely,
it's not fair to them.
Absolutely. All you got to do, y'all got to, how about this? Pay me hush money. Chicks, if you want to pay me, you don't want me to tell nobody, pay me hush money. Instead of saying rape.
And they're not willing to pay hush money. So like, okay, I'm going to court. And I think there are men who make other men look really bad and horrible. And there are women who make other women look really bad and horrible. Everyone is going to run across someone like that. Those people are real. They exist. When you have no boundaries as a man, when all you're chasing is pussy, you're more likely to entertain those women that are terrible.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't for you this time. Okay, but what about Bill Cosby? Now, somebody wanted to go, they wanted that tried again, the whole nine. Judge was like, get out of here, threw that mess out.
Right.
Did you know that? Now, that situation, it was tons of females. But my thing is this. He offered you tea and crumpets or this. Now, if you make a conscious decision to choose this,
then he didn't drug you.
See, I just have an issue with that. I still do. Go ahead.
My issue with it is when They were like, I didn't remember nothing. I woke up and my pussy was sore. And then I went back the next day. The fuck? If you think something happened to you,
why would you go back?
You know, it just wasn't making no sense to me.
Right.
And then you wait 30 years to say something.
Like I said, that casting couch has been there, and people, you did what you thought you was gonna do. You thought he was gonna leave Camille. You got upset, and then boom. Oh, wait a minute. Well, this happened to me, and that's why I feel like, you know, like Nick was saying, it makes it bad for people who actually are raped, the true victims. And now you got these chicks out here, not all of them. You know, you jumping on the Me Too bandwagon, and you actually are making up stuff to gain finances, like some of the viewers commented over there. It's all about money. You know what I mean? And here, what happens to them? How come they can't be sentenced? I think females who actually falsify documentation should get the same sentence that man was going to get.
But you know what? They're not going to do that because we know who the biggest, just like they have for many, many years, they have made laws and passed legislation that they know is going to disproportionately affect a particular demographic, historically black men, right? If they were to pass such a law, that would disproportionately affect a very specific demographic, white women. We'd have a whole lot of white women in jail because they got a forked tongue. Like, documented and proven over and over and over again. So I think, yes, most definitely it should happen, but is it going to? I highly doubt that because it would affect white women.
Okay, let's go.
Karens need to get Karen.
That's what they need to do. All right, let's read one of the comments. Amore said the thing with Bill is that he was to buy NBC and the YT people weren't having it. It's all a system to keep us down. Okay, I was reading from the comment.
Everything was quiet, but as soon as, you know, and he's not the only one. Whenever they are making a positive business move, then all of a sudden you got all these people out the woodworks, like throwing negativity, whether it happened or not. That's between them and God. But the thing is, don't wait until this person gets up in their prime. And like I said, he's financially stable. That man had money upon money to the point where he was able to buy a whole network, a major network, and now you want to come out.
But how come they ain't bothering Oprah? Ain't nobody bothering Oprah.
Okay, because that's devil's advocate.
Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, because look at how Oprah moves. She made her own network, and I feel like, you know, Oprah's been kind of not wrapped into it, but like name dropped in other scandals. But she seems like she keeps her hands clean. And Bill Cosby did not. He was very messy. The stuff that he acknowledged and took ownership of was very unsavory. And it was his past and his behavior coming back to bite him in the bottom. And that's what happened. So, you know, I believe in karma. And I feel like that was his karma. You know, he intentionally had this clean, you know,
persona
image of America's dad, while consciously, you know, being this like really
I was a
dude, you know, like casting couch type nonsense. And he's totally okay with that, and then, you know, everyone else is supposed to be okay with that. Well, it's like, no, that's not cool. That's you know, first of all, it's very disingenuous. And I think even if it wasn't like they weren't true victims, I do think there was just it was just like nasty. It was like, oh, you're a creepy, gross old man. And he has.
But they agreed to it.
They agreed to it. Yes, I do. I think that, but I think that if you don't want to be, like, have more standards. Have morals. Like, where is your moral compass? Like, if you're going to go to Hollywood and just get into all this, like, weird sexual stuff or whatever, don't sit here and try to make it seem like, oh, I'm this perfect guy. And then on top of that, criticize the black community. Like, you're out here
yeah.
you black folks pull your pants while you out here being a freaking demon, deviant, sex deviant from hell. Oh my God. I have a really hard problem, except I feel like it's two-faced. Like, it's practically being two-faced, and I feel like it ties into men thinking that the rules shouldn't have to apply to them. It's like the Madonna whore complex. Women, we have to be perfect. We can't have no bodies. We can't have a history. We can't be sexually liberated because that's what's wrong with the modern woman. Blah, blah, blah. And he's one of them. And he's out here being Mr. Nasty Pants. Like, get out of here. That's what
Did she say Mr. Nasty Pants?
She did, Nick. Hey, Nick, go ahead and read the comment.
My girl said Oprah is the Suge Knight of business. Yeah, that's my girl. I love her.
All right, listen. Look, on another note, speaking of Bill, let's talk about what's happening in the ATL, Atlanta. Do y'all hear? Well, you heard that pop lips. The Republican lawmakers pushed the bill through in Atlanta. Which bill is that, Mel? I'll tell you which bill. The bill that would abolish the requirements for a background check.
To do what?
You don't abolish it. You don't have to get background checks.
Listen, they need that.
And you could carry your handguns in public. Well, we know that like Ohio is an open, carry state. So that's fine. But guess what? It is on, for my lovely people who live in Ohio, it is on Uncle DeWine's desk right now. Talk about some no background checks. Who is working next to me? I don't want the killer next to me.
Right.
I might be going to my car. I ain't even on no dating sites or nothing. And it's like, wait a second. So to my understanding, when I look at this and when I was reading it, I said, what? So, and you have to have a background check when you're dealing with minors, things like that. But I will say this on the other hand, a lot of people who have like felonies and all that good stuff, they get another opportunity. And listen, I ain't talking about the felonies where you the killer. You know what I mean? I be watching Lifetime all the time. So I'll be like,
you said I don't want to be sitting next to the killer. I don't think it's really sitting next to a killer. I think I'd be more concerned sitting next to someone who's like mentally unstable. I don't think
they shouldn't have. If you're mentally unstable, they shouldn't be giving you a felony. They should be looking at this as a mental illness.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's not. I think there's very few true killers in the world. I feel like there's a lot of people who are mentally.
Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm gonna need a background check.
He would have still passed the background check. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you know what? He surely would have.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
they need to check the mental. You need behavioral background check.
Exactly.
Now that one is real, but everybody who has mental illness are not diagnosed.
Violent.
Right.
And not diagnosed. You have no idea. Hey, listen, let's get this show started. I love chatting with you, talking with you. Let's get this show started. Today's guest is none other than Jean McKinney. She is freaking amazing. Listen to my lovely people. Matter of fact, I'll let you know. I'll give you a disclaimer right now. I had a reading. Some people don't believe in reading. She speaks to the ancestors. I listened to what she had to say because I told y'all before how it goes down. I need to see, is this the real deal or not? You know what I mean? Let me see what's really happening. She's amazing. I'm excited to have her on the show just to even talk. And for the people who are listening, you have to call in if you want her to see if, she could connect with you to speak to someone. So the phone number here again, I've been saying it all morning. 619-902-2287. Yay, mail. Again, 619-902-2287 so that she can at least hear your voice. She can't see you. And for those who are on, and if you feel like you want to call in and you're on, just go ahead and call in a number. If you're viewing, that's what I'm talking about when I say on. Okay, lovely people. If you are viewing the show on a live stream, you can call the number. It is going across the bottom, and she can listen to your voice and get things going. All right. I want to know all the information. So let us give her a warm round of applause for the lovely Jean McKinney. It's still going. Hey, Jean, what's going on, girlfriend? How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Oh, they don't want to be quiet. The audience don't want to be quiet. All right, lovely people. Jean, let me see how to do this part. You know, it take me a little bit of time. I can't even keep up. Amber, if you could keep up or do something, let me know to get that off. I don't know how to get the comment off. I'm a little I'm out there. But let me go ahead and do this interview. This exciting interview that I wanted to do. All right. Miss Jean, what's going on, darling?
Over here healing people one day at a time, connecting you back with your ancestors and your roots.
I heard that. Ain't she cute? She's so pretty.
Thank you.
Just so pretty.
I just want everybody to understand that this is nothing spooky. A lot of people have misconceptions. I try to explain to people when it comes to spirituality and speaking to your ancestors, they're almost like your first mind, your source to God. So when you trust in yourself and you trust in God, the Most High, or whatever you resonate with, that's what's coming out. It's nothing weird. That's just like you feel your grandmother's embrace when she passed away, or you smell something in the room. That's spirit. That's your ancestors. They are always with us.
Okay. Now, when you first were able to connect with the ancestors, how old were you?
I started connecting when I was 16. I ran away from it because a lot of people said it was evil and this, that, and the third. I was terrified at first because, you think you look crazy. You hear voices and, you feel stuff and see things. So I ran away for a while, but then I ended up coming back to it because I love helping people. And that's the main thing, to empower you on your own spiritual path.
Well, let me ask you this. When you say you ran away from it, but you came back, I'm missing that time span. Mm-hmm. The very first time that you actually heard a voice, do you remember what you were doing?
I was sitting in my room and I was just relaxing. And the voice said, get up, go look outside. I'm like, okay. So when I went and looked outside, I actually seen somebody have an incident. And it was almost like I felt something was wrong. You know how you get a feeling in the air? And I was like, I'm tripping. I ain't hearing nothing. But then again, my spirit was like, get up and go check. I actually helped somebody. So I ran from it because I didn't want to do that. You don't want to tell people you hear voices or this, that, and the third, or you see visions, because I can touch people and see things. I can feel energy. So you don't want to tell nobody. You think they're going to lock you up and put you in a crazy house.
Now, who did you tell? Who did you tell when you were ready?
My mom.
And what did your mom say?
She said, oh, you crazy. Don't pay no attention. I was like, okay. But I went, and as soon as I went to the window to check out what was going on, I seen the incident happen before my eyes. And my mom was just like...
Are you able, right now, mentally, are you able to go into the incident that occurred, that happened before your eyes?
Somebody almost got into a car accident.
Okay.
I felt the impact of how it would have been if it would have collided. Luckily, I got out the house in time and told somebody to stop. I ran out and I went like this, and they slowed down. But if it would have connected, it would have been really bad. I felt the frightenness from the people. I felt the impact that would have, if they would have collided. It was a lot, but it was something I had to go through.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. When you, so you just kind of just dealt with it. So you were school age still. So you just dealt with that. Did you have any interference during your school work or school time or school day, so to speak? Was there certain times?
They weren't so harsh on me then, you would see something, you know, from the corner of your eye, like a little shadow. Nothing spooky, but just what we normally see, but we taught to dismiss. But
you ain't lying, because I do be like, you know how you...
It's the periphery, you know what I mean? Your kid might run past, or your cat, you be like, what was that? And this, you know, whatever. Okay. But at that time, it wasn't as scary because I just learned to just breathe. And when it comes to things like this, you have to let spirit know, even when you're praying, like right now, I'm not ready for that. Can you just hold off? Just, you know what I mean? Just let me settle my mind and my spirit, and I'll do what I got to do and help you out when I'm ready mentally.
Okay. So when you came back to it, when you accepted your gift, how old were you?
When I accepted my gift back, I was at least 20.
What were you going through at that time?
I was losing friends because I couldn't really just keep people around because their energy was off for me. I would feel if somebody's parent was going to pass away. It was a lot for me. And people called me weird. And of course, people like, you evil, this, that, and third. I'm like, I can't help how I feel and what I see. Okay. But I meant to help. So after that, I just went full force with it. And I came out 2 years ago on Facebook sharing my gifts. Anybody that really know me already knew what I was about and how I moved around, and they accepted it. So I was like, if my friends can accept me and the people I'm meant to help, then that's all that matters. It's not about you once you accept your gifts and what your intuition and everything in between is. It's not about you. It's about helping people. When you help people, you're healing yourself.
Now that's the truth. Tell me this, your family. What did your family think, and are they still involved and supportive?
At first, it was, that's the devil. You don't do that. You don't think about that. You don't, everything in between. But then after a while, the crazy thing is I just read my mom last year sometime for the first time.
Was she supported you? Because remember you said she told you don't worry about it?
She didn't care for it at first.
Okay.
She didn't care for it at first, but I read my mom, and a lot of things came up that she didn't tell me when I was younger. And we cried a little bit, and then she was like, Marie, I'm proud of you. Because I've been sticking with it since I came out. I just go for it. It is what it is. And my family, they know. Some of them is okay with it. Some of them just don't talk about it, don't see it. You know what I mean? They don't shun me away, but they just be like, okay, we know she the oddball out the family. She the black sheep. So we're just going to let her do her. But now I'm seeing that I'm legit. I'm helping people. This is what I'm meant to do. And now they embrace it.
So I'm trying to get a visual here, because if anybody know me, y'all know I'm a visual person. So you at the reunion.
Yeah.
And younger and dealing with that. Did people steer clear, tell the kids, come on, children, y'all come on over here. It was just, okay, that's juju.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. I'm glad, because you're absolutely right. People do have that, especially in our culture. We're like, witchery, no. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to, do that, the whole nine, and just non-accepting of the gifts and not looking at it. To me, I don't look at that as witchery. I don't. You have witchery out there, and we're, witchcraft. But when I actually, I was referred to you, and the person that referred me to you, they were talking about, oh, listen, she is the real deal because she knew everything about me. She didn't even know me. And then I said, all right, well, let me try, because, I want to know. I'm like, let me see. The skeptic, I'm like, oh, she's a wonderful person.
Good. You just let anybody read you. You don't want to go in looking foolish.
And guess what? And I'm all about energy. And as I was talking to you, your energy was so positive. I was like, okay, after we, kind of at the very beginning, touch bases, it was like, okay. And then when you started, and I was sharing with them a few weeks back about, my reading, and you were on it. And you told me about the trip, and you didn't know that. You told me about the trip, and that was probably a week ago. I think I mentioned it. Telling me I'm going on a trip in 3 months from my reading. I was like, she off on that one. And then guess what? You reminded me of a trip that I am going on. It was like, I almost forgot. what? If you wouldn't have brought it up, I'd have totally forgot about the 50th birthday party. And then I would have been Mudge, you know. But the real deal, are you getting anything now, or how you feeling? Off of energy from someone?
So I'm gonna put it out there, and if it's for you, it's for you. That's the way I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
Spirit wants me to tell whoever this is for, keep pushing. It's not the end of the road. You done came through certain situations where you doubt on yourself, career. Are you a good parent? Are you a good child? Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Our parents give us things to show us how to go, but at the end of the day, it's all on you. Spirit is saying to pray more with intention. Somebody prays, but now it's like they're getting a little weary. You got this. You got to put authority behind your prayer. Faith without work is dead, and I believe that. It's okay to let your guard down. You ain't got to be hard all the time. It don't make you vulnerable. It just makes you human.
Okay, I heard that. We're going to go to a viewer. Amber, can you read the viewer comment?
She's wonderful. I have had a couple of readings by her. Jean is on point. She is funny and caring, straightforward, and will give you insight. Get your reading today.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Okay, I heard that. How much I got to pay somebody to say that about me? I'm like, I felt like it was like 2:00 in the morning and that was a commercial, an infomercial or something. Okay.
I think it's because I really connect with my people. When you get a reading from me, I don't see you as a client. I see you as a family member. I see you as somebody that needs to be talked to. And I think a lot of people are not impersonable enough that they forget that when you're healing people, you're healing yourself. And I do my readings first intuitive, whatever I hear, smell, taste, and feel. Then I move on to the cards if need be. The cards for me is just a clarification if I missed anything. And I respect everybody's wishes. So
now these cards, I seen those cards. And I didn't understand those cards because it had the little pictures on it. Mm-hmm. And they looked a little dark. Let me be awesome. Yeah, you love something. Let me be awesome. That's this drink I'm drinking. Let me be honest. Listen, I ain't lying. You probably didn't catch it. I'm trying this thing. It's an energy drink. And it's called Spark. It tastes good. But I tried it. I usually have my tea, so I tried it in hot tea. And I'm talking wow, talking about awesome. So you take that word awesome, y'all out there. Somebody out there is awesome. All right, listen. I'm zoning in. I'm keying in. I'm channeling my inner juju. Somebody out there is awesome.
I got it. Don't get twisted. That's that motherly instinct we got. Now, I used to say your mama got eyes on the back of her head. I know why now.
Yeah, isn't that something? That's true. Now, talk to me about these cards. Now, how do you? I mean, I don't want to flip cards or learn like that, but give us a crash course on that.
It's just another tool to channel in. Say, like, if you pick up a card and it's telling you to breathe. Okay, so people like, that's simple. No, you have to look more in depth. What do you need to breathe about? Do you need to breathe, like, literally sit there and breathe and embrace the moment that you're in? Do you need to breathe your abundance? It's so much more than that. So cards are just a tool and a key to help you figure out a little bit more that you may have missed. The power and the gift is within you. You don't have to have, these are tools to look at and channel with. You know what I mean? Keep you on track for the most part. It's not necessary. That's just like as a mother, you can feel when something wrong with your child or when the phone rings, you know who it is. That's your intuition. That's your juju. That's your gift from the Most High. But people dismiss it because we've been taught to dismiss it. That'll save your life. If Spirit and God tell you don't go to that place, don't go. It's for a reason. And my mission is to teach people how to connect with their inner juju, their intuition. Stop fighting. It will save your life.
Okay. You see anything with us? Why you got our face up here?
No, ma'am. Y'all is A-okay.
Hey. Hey. How can someone contact you if they want to, get a reading from you, a personal reading?
You can go to Infinite Juju 13 square.com, or you can go to Jean McKinney and you can inbox me and we'll just go from there. And the number is 864-619-1311.
One more time.
864-619-1311.
And now I know that you have appointments because I made an appointment on
yes, ma'am.
And she has a special going on. So I'm excited about that. What are your readings is it $25 or?
It's $25 for today, and then you can do a vent and healing session. That's $20.
Now wait a minute, wait. What? A vent and healing?
Okay, so the way I put it, some people are not wanting to talk to other people, so like y'all friends or whatever.
Okay.
And y'all might get tired of hearing each other complaining about that man that y'all should have left like 5 months ago. I don't know you from Tom, Dick, and Harry, so I'm going to listen. But as you vent, you're healing. People don't understand you got to talk about stuff to heal. You can't keep it bottled up. So that's why I call it hinting and healing session. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Vent and healing. Let me see what you got in your cup. What you got? What you got in yours?
Somebody man might need to get hit. I don't know.
I'm like, what you over there drinking sounded like me? I think that's very interesting that you said vent and healing, especially with the line of work that you do. So, and the reason I say that is because usually when people vent and they're dumping and giving you everything, then you take on that energy.
Cleanse yourself.
Now, how would one do such a thing?
You can do pink Himalayan salt baths. You can use coffee grains and sea salt. Everything that we use from day to day have a spiritual use to it. Believe it or not, everything has a spirit within it. Coffee grains can speed up a process. Coffee grains can cleanse you as well, just like salt. So what I normally do is take a salt bath. When I'm done, I use my sage, my Palo Santo sticks, and I pray about it. Because once I connect with you, sometimes it don't always go away. So I'll text my customers or my friends, like, you doing okay today? How you feeling? Because I genuinely care. Now you're letting me into your force, so you let me touch into your energy. So now it's an even exchange. That's just like when you be in a relationship. People don't take that seriously. When you with a partner, you become equally yoked. That's real.
So let's go into that a little more for me.
I'm sorry, you said what now?
Go into that being equally yoked for me. Go into that a little more. Let's talk to the people.
Yoked, you know, when you with your mate and you have a connection with them so hard that you can feel when they not in a good mood or if they doing you wrong, if you pay attention to your intuition. So I end up spiritually connecting myself with you because I care. So I have to check on you and make sure you're doing okay. I don't believe in just reading people and leaving them out to the wolves. I'm going to make sure you're doing okay. I'm going to make sure you're doing, if God tell you to pray or whatever may need to be done and you're working, I'm going to make sure you're doing it because you're getting readings for a reason. It's either to tell you something you don't know or confirmation. So I need to make sure you're doing the proper work to get you to your next level. It's not just about readings for me.
I can attest to that because you do follow up, which is amazing. That's amazing. Nick, you got a question?
Yes. I had someone right around Christmas time here that I don't know. Like I said, it joined a women's group, and she's in this women's group. She inboxed me and said that she was, for some reason, drawn to me. And she wanted to do a reading with me if I was okay with it. And I told her, well, I've always been leery. I've never had that done. You know, I responded back, but I hadn't heard from her. But she said, I'm just like really, really drawn to you immediately. You know, but I haven't heard back from her. Maybe 2 weeks later, a certain incident happened. And now I'm like, okay.
A certain incident happened with you?
Yes. You know about it. But,
okay.
And I was like, oh, maybe that's why she inboxed me and told me she was drawn to me. Like, once I responded, she didn't respond back.
Now, you know what? That brings me to this next question, Jean. When you see something that is not so pleasant, because we love to hear all the good stuff, do you share that information?
Yes, I have to. I have to be obedient. I have to. It's just like if somebody's spirit mother or father is telling me, so I have to tell you what. Thank you, baby. What they telling me, because if I don't, they'll bother me. I won't be able to sleep comfortably. It's just a lot. I'm more of the type of person, I'll try to say it to you in a way that you can digest it. And sometimes if I'm really to that point where spirit is like adamant about it, say that, I have to. I even go to the store. Sometimes I have to walk up to people and say X, Y, and Z. I'll ask first, how you doing? Do you mind if I give you a word? And I have to. It'll bother me. It's a must.
Okay. So there's a bit of similarity there, and only because I'm in the medical field, where if I see something wrong, because I can't help it, anytime I walk out the door and see someone, I am assessing them. But I did see a guy who was yellow. Nobody else saw that he was yellow, but you could tell. And I asked him, was he okay? And he was like, huh? He said, why'd you say that? I said, go get your blood work done. And he ends up, probably like 2 weeks later, I seen him, and he doesn't look yellow anymore. But, and I felt like I had to tell him, because if I didn't tell him, like if something happened, then boom, I feel horrible. Mm-hmm. And without saying his disease, of course, he has some liver issues. Mm-hmm. And he's still trying to figure out. He said he looked in the mirror every day and he didn't see the yellow.
It wasn't meant for him to see. Everybody has that gift. Some people are stronger than others. Some people deny it. Some people don't. As mothers, all of us have it. You can see your child getting hurt before. Didn't I tell you, don't jump off there, you're going to hurt yourself. You saw it. That's that motherly instinct. That's that juju.
Well, I tell you what, he was glowing. He was like a highlighter. But knowing, like I said, in my field, I know what I'm looking at, but not that I was planning on. I was like, you need to get checked out. And I seen him today, which was really kind of cool, because he brushed off my snow. I didn't, brush the snow off my car. I didn't know him from Adam, but it was like, wow. So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying as far as like when you have to say, because I tried to walk past him. I'm like, how do you go up to somebody and just be like, hey, listen. And guess what? That's just what I did. I did me. I said, hey, listen, when the last time you had blood work? And then I told him who I was. And he's like, it's been a while. I said, call your doctor, get some blood work. And I walked away. The reason he said that he actually made that appointment, he went to the ER. He didn't even wait for the doctor. He said he paid attention to it because he didn't know me from Adam, and I just walked by and just said what I said and kept going. But I just think it's interesting when you say that, the spirit won't leave you alone. And it's like, I have to say it. So once you release it, then you're all good.
Mm-hmm. For the most part. Yeah. After that, I'll be thinking about the person. Like, I really genuinely care about people.
So you connect.
And that could be a bad thing sometimes, but this is what I'm here for, and I'm never going to stop.
You need to be, are you in the medical field?
No.
You should probably be there, because we need that compassion. We need that out in these streets, because something missing.
It is.
Compassion is missing. That's what's missing. People
don't realize that. When you help others, it really does make a difference, and that's sending out good vibration. That's blessing you. Okay. It really is.
What would you say to a young person who is experiencing what you experienced as a child?
I would say it's going to be okay. Find somebody you can trust and talk to. And if all else fails, believe in yourself. It's not evil. Just trust yourself. Now, I will say this. A lot of people have to understand that there's good and bad in everything that you do, no matter what it is. You have to be the one to make the choice. But it's okay. It has its pros and cons, but the pros outweigh everything.
Okay. How do you sharpen your craft if you're new into this?
Some people use, it's going to sound weird, but you can go on Facebook or YouTube and do the little practices, almost like the turn of the cards. They be like, what color is behind the card? Stuff like that. That really does sharpen it. And listening to your intuition. That's the best way to go about it. If something is telling you don't do it, don't do it. Or you could be a dummy and try it out and see what gets you. I mean, you got to do both You gotta fail to succeed. That's just what it is. So
I guess. Look, I'm like, I guess, because I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, and being raised, just as you said, be like, oh, is that for real? You know, because like I said, our culture don't really embrace spiritual readings. Let me say which reading. I'm going to say just what they say. You know what I mean? And when you don't understand something, you talk bad about it. Mm-hmm. And that's why I wanted to have you on, so people can get a clear and uncut version of exactly what it is that you do. Now, when you say,
explain to people, like, say, like your grandma knew how to put remedies together. That's our culture.
Okay.
We've been knew how to do that, but somebody came along and told us, not to be funny, that was evil. Why are you doing that?
Well, let me tell you about this onion in this salt.
Okay, grandma knew what to put together.
Listen,
prayed in the war prayer closet, and she knew to tell you this, that, and the third. It's the same thing. It's just a different look. That's all.
Okay, so Amber, what did I do? I put the onion and cut it in half and put it in like the knee high.
Put it in sock at the bottom of your sock to get the sickness out of you. That's what you're talking about.
No, this one I put it in the sick room.
Well, no, put it at your entryway.
Yeah, that's where I put it, at the entryway.
In your rooms.
And
that's old school.
And listen, the person that was actually sick, I put it in mine, and my room smelled like a roast. I was like, oh, what am I cooking today? And then I put it in the person that was sick in their room, and that onion dried out so fast. Overnight, because we cut it in half. Don't forget, if you planning on doing it, don't forget that part. You got to cut it in half to open it up. So that's what I did it in my room. Mine was still moist. Put it in the sick room, the sick person's room. I mean, dried out. I was so outdone. I was like, oh my goodness, because in my mind, and the whole time, they've been pounding on our head. Listen to the science. So I'm like, now let me see what's going to happen. So I did. I tried it, like you said. And like I said, my room, the onion was still moist. In the sick person's room, it was completely dry. It was dry like the peeling. And I said, oh, it's something to this for real. As well as, look at the puppy, as well as when they say you put an egg over your doorway. Mm-hmm. Y'all heard that one?
You put I've heard of it. I don't practice that one, but I think it's you put an egg over the doorway for sickness or protection, one of the two.
I can't remember.
Something like that.
But I remember.
Putting salt in the corners of your house for protection, but also then practically it actually kills ants and roaches and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like an exterminator too, huh? So it's getting rid of all the toxins. Like she said, she take a salt bath. So get that mess out of here.
Mm-hmm. Salt bath, essential oils. You put different oils in your bath to stimulate your brain. It's a lot of stuff out here. Our grandmas knew what time it was. We should have listened.
Okay. And like I said, if you get something, if you feel something while we're in the middle of our conversation, feel free to go ahead in and just go on and cut me off. If the people telling Mel to zip it, go ahead. I'll zip it. Look, I'm like, I'll zip it. Those remedies, I mean, the old remedies, they actually work. The ones that, that I know. And it was like, oh, okay. But now there's salt in the floor. I don't know if I want salt in the floor.
I mean, it's just a little bit. I think it's just in the corners. And when I read about it, they said that for cockroaches, since they have an exoskeleton, it gets up inside, up under them in their belly, and then it works its way into its inside, into the soft part, and it kills them it dehydrates them and kills them like that. But no, I've definitely heard the salt in the corners, it actually works.
And cinnamon is good for good luck.
You putting that on the floor too?
I have cinnamon broomsticks over my door to bring in prosperity.
Yes, I've heard of cinnamon broomsticks. Yep.
But this what our parents used to do, y'all. Like,
listen,
Yeah.
Nick know me. Everything has to be in its place. I can't be walking in the house with brooms everywhere. Everything got to be right where it's at. That's why I said these salt in the corners. That mean that the floor is dirty. So I be like, we go clean that up. But let's see. Somebody is requesting. This was a text that I got. They want you to do a live reading. I don't know if they want you to do a live reading on them. But you said you would have to hear their voice, right?
I can see their name. Let me see if I can go to my phone and check. And also to let everybody know, if you can't reach me, my fiance does readings too. I don't put people with me that I do not trust. So I normally let people get a reading from me and my fiance so they can feel her energy out too as well.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let's do that since we're interviewing you. Like let's do this real quick. So there's a team. You guys got you guys are a team.
Ma'am.
That's cool. Cause I know that after the reading, you'll be tired after that one, especially somebody whooping your tail. You'll be like, okay. So and then that's with the tag team. She in the game. Come on in. Okay. Now that's what's up. Now how
you gotta have a teammate. You got to, especially in this line of work, because walking on your spiritual journey can be very, very lonely. Very lonely. When you find somebody to connect with and y'all help each other, it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes it takes longer than others, but it's about helping people and healing yourself. I don't see who it is that's speaking.
Because this came through the phone. They called in. They text in. So I don't they text in and maybe they'll call. All right, listeners. So you could call in. You know the number since you text. Look.
Okay.
Again, 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. We could do that. Any of you ladies, would you like a reading or? What? See if she around down. I'm just saying, you don't have to say nothing, but you can't say nothing because she'll tell you. But would you say, Nick, or go ahead, Amber?
I was going to say in the comments, Monique Archell said that she would like a reading.
Monique
who?
Monique Archell from Facebook.
Okay.
That's from our Facebook audience. Thank you, Amber.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, she's okay. There she is right there. And her phone number, Monique, is 864-619-1311. Don't call her right now, though. We in the middle of a show. But that'll be cool if you...
Miss Monique, first and foremost, congratulations on the new products that you have coming out. I don't know if you told anybody yet. You got some new stuff popping coming your way. It's going to be successful, but you have to be more involved emotionally. When I say that, Spirit is telling me to tell you that you have to not worry about what everybody else thinks. Make sure you like it first. And if they don't, forget them. Spirit is also telling me that you're actually going to see some more money come your way within 3 months' time. I don't know if it's from the business or someone will be physically giving you money in your hand. Also, Spirit wants you to know that everything that you're doing is not in vain. You've been feeling like you want to just stop it all and let it go. And you be like, why am I even doing it? You're doing it for your family. You're doing it for your next generation to come. And you're doing it for yourself. You have something to prove to yourself. Nobody else, just you. Keep people out of your business. Don't tell everybody what you got going on because some things are not meant for everybody, my love. Okay? Does that make sense?
Okay, we're waiting on her response. She didn't respond yet. And while we wait on her response, I have a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're live on Shop Talk. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
I'm calling. I wanted to get a reading done.
Okay, who am I speaking to?
My name is Courtney Ross.
Courtney Ross. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything in particular, or you just want spirit to speak?
Just a general, whatever they tell you.
Okay, so the first thing spirit is telling me to tell you is to let go. You have a lot of past regressions. You think it's your fault. It's not your fault. You had to let people go out your life because they were not for you. You are in a season of reaping your benefits. So a lot of people, they got to go. I need you to stop being so hard on yourself, too. So I need you to understand that everything happens for a reason. Stop doubting yourself so much. You also have something going on in your life mentally. I want you to pay attention to your emotions because you've been having, how can I say it, like mental breakdowns here and there. It's okay to be sad, but it's not okay to stay there. You got a lot of good things coming your way, but you are the first person that has to make it happen. Stop worrying about who supports you. You got to show up for yourself. You're your biggest supporter, baby. And please stop doubting yourself so much.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like somebody be wanting to pop you in the back of your head, like old school style. I'm going to need for you not to do that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Amber.
Also, Danielle Guglielmi would also like a reading on Facebook. She's on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, so Danielle, I'm going to be 100% fair with you. I want you to come to my inbox. I don't want to read people that I've already read because that's not fair to everybody else, which, I mean, I'm still going to pick up stuff anyway, but I want you to come to my inbox because you got a lot of stuff you got to do. I'm going to tell you straight up on live. Spirit said stop playing. The time to be timid is over with. We ain't doing that this year. Stop giving people, oh Lord, stop giving people second chances. Now I got agitated. Because people playing in your face, and that's not fair. So you have to be the bully of the school ground and push them off the monkey balls. Yeah, I said it. I don't care who get mad. Push them off the monkey balls. They'll find their way down. Stop being scared to speak up for yourself. Being nice is not an option right now.
Go ahead, Amber.
Also, Elaine Miller from Facebook.
Elaine, I'm going to fight you.
Oh, you know that person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Elaine. Well, you're going to be mad at me. It's going to work out. But it's not going to work out the way you want it to. Spirit said they got to sit down. That's old school. They got to sit down.
What about this question that everybody wants to know? I'm speaking for the multitudes. You ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Am I going to meet Mr. Right? How often do you get that question?
No. Hell no.
Listen to her. That's her partner listening audience.
I'll tell anybody, and I'm not even gonna lie, I don't like certain questions like that because, to be honest, only the Most High is gonna bring when it's time for them to come. I tell people, are you ready for that type of thing? Are you ready? You gotta make sure that you know within yourself if you really want a partner or not. Not just speaking in general.
Oh yeah, I know, not for me because I already know where I'm at. Look.
So when people ask questions like that, I really like to challenge them and make them think about their intuition and being honest with yourself. Certain questions I just don't like am I pregnant? Did you take a test? I told y'all gonna love her. I told y'all. Certain things, I'm gonna be honest, certain things I really don't pray and ask God. Don't ask me. You know what I mean? And certain things, it's just common sense. Everything don't need a reading. Let's be real. Now, you got some spirituals that are going to be like, okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm not that person. Is it something out there? It is something out there. But I don't tread the line of trying to be God, if that makes sense.
It makes all the sense.
I'm getting the information that the Most High want me to have. Some things is not meant for us to know. And that's just what it is. I'll tell you that before you try to pay me money. I'm not even going to play with you like that. Is my husband cheating?
She got she got a lot of trust issues. She don't trust people like that. For one. For two, she's hell of an independent woman. She really don't need nobody in her life, to be honest.
Who is this, please?
She talking to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Go ahead, Amber.
Noelle Celeste Fegans would like a reading on Facebook. She's from Facebook.
Okay, Miss Noelle. I'm going to give you a little bit. I ain't going to give you a lot. If y'all want a real reader for me, when I say real more in depth, y'all got to pay me. I ain't even finna hold you. That's a lot of energy. So, boot scoot. Who was it now?
Noelle.
Miss Noelle. Baby, stop being so closed in. You done been hurt in relationships. You done lost yourself. It's time to find yourself again. We're not doing that this year, baby. Y'all have to remember, stop putting people before yourself. You have to love yourself first and foremost for the energy to even come your way. I know that sounds corny, but it is what it is. If you don't love yourself properly, you're going to find the wrong love that come your way. That comes from mental, physical, and emotional abuse. It's real, y'all. It starts here. I'm going to say this too. Everything starts here, and then it goes here. As above, so below. Whatever going on up in earth, on heaven, it come down in earth. If things is chaotic in your mind, that's because you got to get this right. I think a lot of people worry about the wrong things.
Okay, let me, your partner, does she have anything to add for what was the Facebook person? Noelle. Does she have anything to add?
Noelle, do you pick up anything on Miss Noelle?
I mean, she's a very open-hearted person. She just constantly giving, and everybody just taking. She needs to stop doing that. To be honest,
Miss Noelle, you heard that. We ain't gonna tell your business on live.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do that.
Miss Noelle, I promise y'all, I'm probably gonna hurt myself when I say this, but it is what it is. A lot of the answers are within y'all and within us.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's okay to get advice from people. It's okay to get, a little open window for the breeze to come in. But after that, I'm going to push your window up and I'm going to push you out of it. You better go find out. I need you to do the work and then come back to me and we're going to work it out together. That's how I work.
Open up. You said open up. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if you want to contact the Infinite Juju 13, reach her at 864-619-1311. 864-619-1311. Go ahead and reach out. And she said, listen, tell her you heard her on Shop Talk so you can get that $25 discount. Okay, so go ahead, call her, make an appointment for personal reads. And I'll share this with you guys as I share it with some people close to me. It's very different when it's a personal read and you actually are able to feel the energy that she has. You're able to feel that energy and you'll be like, okay. And it's actually, that was like a whole hour though. Didn't you give me like an hour? Wasn't that an hour?
That's the thing too. I get in trouble sometimes with my spirit because I don't put a time limit on it.
No, she doesn't.
I tell you what you need to know, and then honestly, if I don't have anything else, I don't have anything else. I'm not going to play with my time or nobody else's or their emotions and feelings. Some people will keep going and they'll pull stuff. That's all I got, boo. I'm sorry.
Okay. So when it's over, it's over.
And I don't allow people to get readings back to back to back from me either. Because you're not giving yourself time to work on whatever you need to heal on. You're not giving your miracles to manifest. You can't make everything so fast. You got to take the time and do the work. And you got to receive it. Some readings, it may not be on point right then, but eventually it's going to come to pass. And then people come back, oh, I remember this. And I didn't think it was legit at first. But now, some things take time, just like when you pray. It takes time for your answers to come. It's the same thing. I'm just more of an open vessel. That's all.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see other people tagging other people to come on in the room. Come on in the room. Okay. Come on in the room.
I really appreciate you allowing me to come on. I appreciate you ladies coming in with an open mind, because you could have been real mean and rude, and I really appreciate that you didn't.
Now, we will not be rude on Shop Talk. Well, no, we will not be nasty on Shop Talk or be mean, intentionally mean on Shop Talk. We do a whole lot of laughing, and that's it. Be like, yeah, okay, all right. You know what I mean? We do a lot of that. I understand. Listen, I love that you guys are tagging everybody to come on. I'm trying to keep her on. Just look, we only got like 1 minute left.
I should have came earlier, but if y'all don't mind, if you coming in, leave a review, and other people will see it up under here. So do that too, y'all. Let them know what time it is. Let them know.
You say let them know. You can, for the people who aren't on social media. Let me give you her phone number. The phone number is 864-619-1311. 864-619-1311. And you're out of North Carolina, am I correct?
No, Spartanburg, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Oh, I went all the way. You out there in South Carolina? You safe out there?
Yeah, it
is. I'm like, that South Carolina was acting up a while back.
It was.
But I'm like, wait a minute. So it's South Carolina. I was looking at the exchange. I'm like, okay. So South Carolina, okay, she coming with it. One more time. Phone number, 864-619-1311. Infinite Juju, Jean McKinney. Hit her up, lovely people. Hit her up. And if you are, wait a minute, is that somebody else, Amber? Comment. Thank you so much for putting her information in the comment section on Facebook. I wish somebody was on YouTube and they could put your information there as well. Because I want people to experience you. I want people to experience you and your partner when you got a tag team. Because your partner on it, she on it. You know me. I'll be flat out honest. That's why I said I wasn't talking about me. I already know. And I know me, and I'll be like, nah, I'm good. Because I will break up with somebody quick. Real quick. I'll be like, oh, we just broke up. You know, went real easy. And they'll be like, oh, wait a minute. You just be deleting people. Yes, I delete people. And
sometimes we can have to.
Listen, the relationship over, I just delete them. Out my phone. Bye. And I know one time a dude, he was in my phone and I seen him in Walmart. And Nick, you remember that. I was in Walmart and I changed his name to Hex Null in my phone. And I forgot, you know, he's standing behind me and he was like, I'll be calling you and you'll never answer the phone. He called my phone and he was 2 people behind me, so I ignored it. And he mentioned it. So when he seen it, he was like, you have me in my phone, in your phone is Hex Null? I was like, yeah, that means don't answer that phone. I'm done. Delete. Out. Done. I couldn't do nothing but laugh though, because I was caught red-handed. It was like, yeah, that didn't work. But it's little things. So your partner is absolutely right. 110% right. When she was back there, when she was talking, that's when you're like, who, what? I said, she's talking to me. I had to flag, she's talking to me. I already know. Somebody don't drive right. I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So I already know. I'll be like,
Excuse me.
You didn't
also, too, before we get off real quick.
Go ahead.
I also do sea salt baths. Listen, I'm going to say it this way. They are prayed over. They also have certain herbs in it. I try to put intention with everything. No, I don't try. I put intention in everything I do. So we do offer little trinkets. You know, some people like smell good stuff. Yeah,
put that stuff in the I'll add all that. I'll put it on my website as well. And your link. Cherie. Okay. Okay. What's happening, Amber?
Nothing.
Who's PayPal Moonchild 289?
That's mine.
Okay, so that's what's out there. Okay. Okay.
PayPal, we have Venmo, and we have Cash App.
Okay, there's the Cash App. All right, look at the participators. Come on, Shop Talkers. They got all your stuff out there.
That's my fiance, man. She behind the scenes and in the front when I need her.
That's what you need. But this person named Cherie Childcare has your information up there as well. So thank you, Cherie. Okay. I appreciate it. I love the support. Love the support. All right.
I'm trying to support everybody that support me.
Okay. Listen, I support people who don't even support me. That's just me.
I like your live that you did the other day when you spoke on receiving.
Oh, be inspired. Why, thank you. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. All right, darling. Infinite Juju 13. Your PayPal is Moonchild289 because if you're dealing with anybody like me, we work with PayPal more so than the Cash App. Okay. And let me just put this out here for the listening audience. I don't know if you guys know Cash App is now, because you know I got to keep y'all informed, is now charging for text. So just go ahead and put like birthday gift or something like that in the memo. Just so all is well. We can kind of do our thing. I ain't trying to tell y'all to like skip on the government. But it's a gift and a donation. And I want to say that with Jean. Jean, she takes donations. So hear it clear, donations. So even if it is Cash App, make sure you put donation. All right. And PayPal, the same thing, donation. Listen, thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate it. The time I enjoyed you 110%. Any last words, Nick?
Miss Jean, I'm calling you today.
Hit me up, boo.
I'm calling you today.
All right. You have anything, Amber?
Good. I'm good. Yeah.
All right.
Remember, thank you, everybody. And you're going to be all right, love bug.
You all right? All right. That's not to me. That's to somebody. Must be you, Nick. It's Nick. That's Nick. All right, baby doll. Thank you so much. We're going to keep this going with the Shop Talk. So you guys stay right here. We'll be right back after this commercial. Your butt will go to sleep. You be cozy, but I love it. You cozy. It's Saturday morning. You cozy.
And it's cold. It's cold as all get out.
Is it? What's the weather?
It's snow. There's snow outside.
Oh, it's that kind of weather.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yes, I love everybody, all the listeners and the viewers and the people that are commenting. I truly appreciate you guys. It's amazing to see the love, for different people, loving on people that you don't even know. Just like, okay, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm glad she was able.
I need to go experience this, getting beat up like you did last week.
Oh, you did a massage?
Girl, yes. It's horrible. I have a big old knot back here and one back here. I need to go get beat up too then.
Go.
Let me go put my body armor on and get done on.
Take them boxer gloves because they're going to beat you up.
Girl, listen, I got my boxer gloves too. I'll just take them with me. But yeah, I really need that right now. I have a big old knife.
Well, if it's on, but that's where your stresses are. They call that the buffalo hump.
I need to get rid of this buffalo hump. It don't look cute. Oh.
Girl, don't you be wearing sweaters forever. You get that hump up there over your shoulders. You be like, I gotta suit it. I gotta suit my outfit. Let me get a blazer or something just to cover that.
Yeah, I ain't doing. When you doing that, I need to get rid of it. It's like, and I think it's the way I sleep too. Yeah, gotta go.
I heard that. Any new movies coming out, Nick?
Let's see.
That you know of, anyway.
That I know of.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of them, but right now my brain is drawing a blank, and I know there was one that I want to bring up, but right now my brain is drawing a blank on that. Like,
well, let me tell you, the one that I wanted to see it's on Lifetime tonight. It's called Cruel
Intentions.
No, that sounds good, but no, that sounds good. That's where I was going, but that's not it. Is it Cruel Instructions? With Cynthia Bailey off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
She ended up picking up that. And the reason I say that, I want to see it, is because it's about, you know how they have those schools, like alternative schools, for children that have behavior issues. And what it is showing is that these parents trust this particular facility because they're highly rated in whatever area they are for alternative schools. So they're sending their child there and they're thinking that they're going to be there, they have behavior issues, but teach them coping skills and still like have pool, swim time that way without just browbeating them. Well, what's happening is those people are abusing them. And to me, especially with adolescents, if you think you're going to give what they're giving and you're trying to get that back, they're going to give it back. They're going to turn the heat up. It's going to the heat's going to be turned up constantly. But you guys got to check that out, because when you think that you're putting your children in the right place or in good hands and you find out it's not, and it's like, well, I could have kept mine. You know what I mean? And some people believe in that tough love, but guess what? And that's what we were brought up on, that tough love. This is a whole new generation and it's not working. So you got to find an alternative to that tough love type, attitude. They just need to be hugged on and loved on. And now some of them, I couldn't be a high school teacher, and that's why I changed my major. Because I would have been, Roxanne, you don't have to tell them that. Like, I'd have been locked up. I can't with them, so kudos to all the teachers out there. I want to put that there. Kudos to all the teachers out there that are actually taking the time and chose to become an instructor. Chose to become a teacher. And for those of you who are young and just getting into it, and that's what you chose to do, that's the career path that you took, and it's hard, don't give up. Don't give up. And I'm going to say this. Some teachers probably will be upset. Some schools will probably be upset. And you don't want to give up on the children, but this is what I say. When it's too much to bear and you're stressed out, you matter most. Because you know you, and there's only one of you. And if that's not the place for you, go ahead. Go somewhere else. Venture off, because so often do we commit. And I'm not saying to the children, we commit to a job that is not committed to us. Because if God forbid something happened, that position is posted.
Exactly.
And you have to look at it this way. When you see the little people, and I love my little people, you just met them when you became, once you got there. And then maybe your time is up. Maybe it's like, okay, this is not the place for me. There's another place out there, and then you can go somewhere else and then spread your love around with other children. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're giving up on the children, because you're not, when you move or relocate to another school, if that's the case. But you got to do what's best for you, because if you're sick and you find yourself passing out, and I want to tell whoever, I do know a teacher too, she complained of lightheadedness. That's a sign of stress. And when you pass out and you don't know why, the stress level is over the top. Take a break and breathe. All right. That's what I got to say about that one. I told y'all we were going to talk about the different personality traits. And there's some positive and there's some negative and there's some types. What personality type do you think you are, Amber?
I mean, what scale are we using?
The what scale?
Yeah, because
the personality types, like your
charts and stuff.
It's so many. It's so many.
Right.
So the four big ones, according to science. Let me say that. We're big on the science now.
Oh boy. So is that, I'm trying to think here. So you have like extrovert, introvert, like type A, type B, personalities.
And lay terms. I said, and then you have your lay terms, which I was looking at Time Magazine, where they actually go into the lay terms, which is like, are you a role model? Are you reserved? Are you self-centered? or are you like that C, average? Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, describe your personality. How about that?
I'm definitely more of a type A kind of person, and then I'm more of an ambivert. Like I can be extroverted and I can also be introverted. I always feel like I'm type C average as far as that, like sociability. But I'm definitely more of a type A type of person. Like I like order and organization.
You know I do, because I can't have salt in my on the floor. You know it though. But listen, and I've worked with you, Amber, so you already know I can be over the top. Listen, Listen, Nick, I can have one thing out of place on my desk. I know somebody's been there. Where the average person's looking like, I don't see anything. Everything's, I said, no. Or, so you know too, it's like,
no, being in the studio and stuff, something not right. In a minute, she'll cut you off in a minute. Wait a minute,
Listen, you remember I put everybody out the studio?
Sure did.
Listen.
Put it out for a minute. Like, I just need to.
I had that energy. Listen, true story. The energy was so bad for me that it had my mind all over the place, and I had everybody out. Let me pray. Okay, everybody in. But we did have somebody that came on the show, which was freaking hilarious, with that coffee. Do you remember that? That black coffee? Nick, do you remember the black coffee situation? They was running around. Were you there that day?
Goodness, that's down.
Because we do the live studio audience.
Like, you had to keep a hand gesturing like, we gotta keep moving. Like, all that energy was just, that was over the top. It really was.
It was, that was, I don't know what type of personality trait that was, but let me go ahead and let you guys know. The type A behavior is like competitive, ambitious, impatient, fast talking, and the type B is like more relaxed and laid back, but not competitive. Just like, okay, I think I'm gradually smoothing and leaning over to the B when things stress me out. When things stress me out and I know I can't do anything about that and I can't leave my environment, I lean toward the type B. And then they'll ask and I'm like, I'm not invested. That's when I have to realize like, okay, well, I'm really not invested. So which one do you think you are? I'm going to do the type A, type B, and then we'll go to the C. The C, you sound, and you're right, Amber, about it, because you sound like a C. But do you think you were a type A or a type B, Nick?
I think I'm definitely a type A. I was actually just having this conversation with someone. I feel like when it comes to myself and how I view myself, I'm very, very type A as far as like personally. But when I'm interacting with other people, I tend to be more a type B, like go along and get along, like just, I'm not invested.
Okay. Type C. Let me put this out here for the type C's. Type C, detail-oriented, research, data-driven. Some say data, but data-driven, and everything is facts. Who is that, Nick?
Amber and that doggone Rugal.
I knew you was going on that.
And if he listening or if Mrs. Rugal is listening, man, if you don't bring your behind back, come on back home now. We miss you. Come on back home.
Well,
I can't talk about the movie.
He's running for a political office.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that awesome?
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Redheaded stepchild come in and say hi for now and then something.
Well, here's the thing. Let's be real. When you are doing certain things and moving in different circles, especially if you're trying to achieve a goal, you have to. And our platform, we already know, fun, raw, off the hook. I mean, seriously, raw and uncut. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't want that to be, you don't want that to tarnish anything. Right. And we know that he's extremely intelligent, and we just kind of kick it a little bit. So we don't want to muddy the waters or have somebody who don't know him to think that, oh, okay, well, I heard you say this and that. You know, the politics is a mess.
So I couldn't understand.
So I can appreciate that. I was excited, and I'm always excited for people to win and to do good. You want advancement is everything,
right?
And so as soon as you advance, guess who there? Hey, I know him. You know what I mean? And I've always been that way. I'm like, I encourage people, be successful, be great, because I get to say, I know that person. Go ahead and go get your mansion with your swimming pool so I can come sit outside and get a tan. All right, so we got that. We got our type A, our type B, and our type C. So what would you think that I am? I didn't say which one, but what would you guys think that I am?
A.
I'm working on this patient thing, though.
That's good. That's good. Patience is good.
Yeah, because type A behavior, again, competitive, ambitious, impatient, aggressive, fast talking. I get to, let's go.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, especially when I'm doing work, when it's a project I'm doing. I'm type A.
I'm definitely type C. I'm definitely type C. So.
Are you type C all the time?
Not all the time, but that's probably like my baseline.
Nick read you well.
Yeah.
She did. She read you well. She was like Amber and Rugal. Yes, facts. He used to be pulling that stuff up. I was like, give us the stats. Give us the stats and let us know what's going on. He did, and it's all about you. Well, you said that you do your research. Yeah, all right, lovely people. Our guest today, again, was the lovely Jean McKinney, and her phone number is 864-619-1311. It's still going across the bottom, so, just in case you guys missed it, all right? So feel free to go ahead and check her out. All right? All right, I'm happy about that. Let's go with the Shop Talk question of the week. Y'all ready? It's been a while, right, Nick?
Exactly.
Ow! Here we go. Shop Talk question of the week. My husband's jealousy is now affecting my business. Should I let him go? Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of the background. They've already talked. They've gone to counseling. He was her supporter, 100% behind her. Her business is flourishing. Now she can't do business with men without him thinking that there's something more to it. And she's losing money.
He got to go.
She said they already went to counseling?
Yes. Already went to counseling. So during the pandemic, and I always ask all that, during the pandemic, she started her own business and is flourishing. And that's what she said. She was like, should she let him go? Let's go to a viewer. Kishana said that shouldn't even be a question.
Listen, she's still reading too. Yeah, that he got to go. I mean, because if you've gone through all the extra steps, the extra measures, and it's only going to get worse, and she's going to lose money. And at that point, it has to be money over relationship. You have to weigh that option.
They've been married for 6 years.
Baby, it's only gonna get worse.
Okay, go ahead, Amber. What's your thoughts?
I would say continue with the therapy, and my question being is, did they figure out what was triggering, like what specifically was triggering that feeling in him? I feel like, because I feel like that's the surface level, and there's a bigger, deeper
underlying issue
that has yet to be addressed, and it may be something to do with their marriage, it may be something to do with her, maybe something to do with his childhood. We don't know.
Listen, Amber, don't nobody have time to be going back with somebody's problems from their childhood.
Yeah, well, I mean, but most people carry their childhood problems into their adult life. That's pretty common. So I would say, like, and then it's like, well, how long did you go to therapy? Like, what did you? Because some people will go to their pastor for quote unquote therapy, and then their pastor's not even certified. You know what I'm saying? So I would have, like, if it was thoroughly done, you know what I'm saying, and a full effort was given, then maybe I would consider letting it go. But, you know, if you didn't give your best effort, and, like, maybe you can go see a different therapist, because not every therapist is a good fit. All
right, let's go to the viewers. Got to go to the viewers real quick. Kishana said, if a man has to be that insecure to the point where she can't even make money, then why be with him? And they can be unmarried for 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like they have
WTH.
And this is coming from a married person, y'all, so hear me clearly, please. More than one. If you have gone to therapy, this man was with you in the beginning, but now all of a sudden he's changing. Baby, it ain't with you. It's with him. No amount of continuous therapy is going to work. It's only going to get worse. Save yourself. So in that case, Vegas, yes, it is money over covenant, because she was obedient and she did what she was supposed to do as far as getting, but it's only going to get worse. So yes, please save yourself. He got to go, because he's not going to change. If you've already went through the process for him, and he was on board with you and in your corner at first, now all of a sudden it's a problem, honey. It's not necessary. It's not necessarily about you making the money and this and that, and he all of a sudden want to blame, thinking that you doing this and that with your clients or customers. Look at him. I'm telling you, if he's blaming on you, he's projecting what he's doing onto you. Look at him. Y'all have already been there, done that. It's time to let it go. I'm gonna sing like Elsa now. Let it go. Please.
Okay, Amber.
I think, yeah, it's definitely with him. Like, it's his emotions and his insecurity and his issues, right? So it's a him issue, not a you issue. But I'm assuming if she's calling in and asking this question, that she still is kind of invested in the marriage. She's riding the fence right now. And I don't know, we don't know, because she didn't say as much, but if she feels like she's done her due diligence and she's done everything as far as her wifely duties, then let it go. But if you feel like you can do more, if you feel like there's a little bit more or something else you could do to help him, because at this point, she's helping him through his issue. She's experiencing success, and he's intimidated or insecure by that success. So right now, she's trying to help him through his issue. But if she done felt like she done did everything she could do, and she's ready to go, then it's time to go. But it sounds like I'm assuming it sounds like she's hoping someone can give her another option besides just throwing in the towel.
That's. I agree with you, Amber. You want to read the next comment?
He needs to work on himself first and then decide to marry. He don't need to bring that woman down with him and his problems. And it is his problem. He's bringing her down. He's bringing down her business. But I feel like, it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got baggage and problems. And her success obviously triggered something, because he wasn't like that before. Somehow he got triggered.
Okay.
What that is, we don't know.
Now, Savalje is, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I apologize. Savalje said go on vacation. Now, you know what though, but that's a good, if you guys go on vacation, and it still don't work, then.
I took Savalje's comment as go on vacation by yourself.
What?
Because sometimes And take a break.
Okay, Stella.
That could be an option for this person. Maybe I need to go on trial separation and see if some space between y'all can clear things up, can help him get clear about what is his important to him, what his priorities are. So that's not.
And it would also help her get clear. Trust me.
Right.
Totally clear.
I'm going through it.
Look, totally clear. But here's the thing. If she goes, this is just my thoughts. If he's that jealous and he has a problem with her working with the male clientele, and she's losing money, he is going to blow his top if she go on vacation by herself. Because clearly he's obviously thinking, and I'm just looking at, the question that's posed. He's obviously thinking that she's with somebody else. And he definitely going to feel like she on vacation with somebody else, especially if she's taking pictures and some, how we be asking people, hey, can you take this picture? Who behind the camera? I think he'll blow his top.
I think, I thought that was a facetious comment with the laughing emoji after it. But I do think a trial separation could be an option, too. That could be an option for her.
Ooh, child, don't listen. Look, don't give me a trial separation. It be done. Look.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, hey, y'all want to go? We're going to have a good time. Come on, I have a good time with my girls.
You know what else? It sounds like the trust was lost. He lost trust in her. You know what I'm saying? Because from what you read, it sounded like things were like a one way. It started out one way, and then it changed to be a different way. So it's like, okay, and sometimes people lose trust in you. Sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes it's not warranted, whatever. But it's like, okay, how can you rebuild the trust? Do you even feel like rebuilding trust? Whatever. But I feel like as long as she has a good understanding of, like, what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And, like, how much work it's going to take, or, if she thinks that would be successful, like a trial separation, then you might not,
All right, well, I'll give you my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Since we coming to the top of the hour. Okay. How about he get himself some business? A business.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? If she has hers and you're upset with her dealing with men, you find your niche and you start your business. And now you're all into what you have going on. And I'm sure that there's going to be female that's coming, because guess what? This is not just a male thing. This is women as well who have an issue with their husbands who have lucrative businesses.
Yeah.
And it's their own insecurities, especially when you start accusing people that you know.
Ooh.
And
They didn't say that.
no, not these people, because I'm getting ready to tell you, I have seen that where I'm like, you know her, stop. Like, right. This is getting out of control. You have an issue, and it gets so bad that I've seen people lose their mind. Jealousy has gotten so bad that they actually lose their mind and they cannot function daily.
Right. And I think that it's jealousy is coming from within you. But on the flip side of that, if you are in a situation where you're dealing with somebody who you don't trust,
mm-hmm.
and it's causing you it turn into Inspector Gadget, it's time to throw it away. So he should be to the point of throwing it away. Now, maybe she done did something to make him not trust her.
Now,
we don't know that. But
if you're not going to forgive her, let it go. Sing it, Nick. Sing it, Nick.
Let it go. And then it's time to leave.
She done let it go. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Someone else said when we get married, we married forever. My party boy. Exactly.
Forever.
And to be like, divorce, leave him. I'm like, hold up now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he sounds very jealous, very insecure. You don't know if that's baseless or if there's merit to him feeling that way. And as far as like, he should get his own business, I totally support that, because I feel like it could just be like an ego thing, intimidation, being with a woman who is, but that, because she didn't mention the financial aspect of it. So I actually don't think that's the issue. It was like sexual, with the opposite sex clients. And if you feel like you can't trust your spouse in a professional setting, it's not the business's fault. It's not because she has her own business. It's because you don't trust her.
Okay. All right. Well, today's footnote. Love cannot live where there is no trust.
Yep.
So, look, make your own decision, girl. Hey, lovely people. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. We're going to have some straight up girl chat next. Now, listen, we was talking about doing it after dark, but we doing it Saturday morning next week. Girl chat. How about woman chat?
I'll close the curtains.
Close the curtains. Get the doctor. Yes.
Okay, it's Women's History Month. Hey.
Listen, yes, National Women's Month. It definitely is. And also, don't forget to spring forward. Set your clocks forward. So if you work night shift like me, they probably only going to pay me for 11 hours since we springing forward. Look, just don't put me on that fall back when I'm not trying to work 13 and see they don't pay us. I haven't been paid when I get stuck that way. But spring forward, set your clocks forward. They say at 2 a.m. So before you go to sleep, just spring them babies forward, okay? All right, lovely people. Again, we've come to a close. Thank you so much. I know that you are listening. Jean McKinney, and we're going to have to get your girl on one day and kick it. But listen, if you want to be a part of the show, you definitely can do so. You know how you can inbox, they do the messenger, right? If you are on YouTube, just email me at shoptalkwithmail@yahoo.com, and my people will definitely get in touch with me. We can have a whole party. Put the panel out there. Okay, because remember we said we was going to do a Zoom.
Right, we did say that.
Yes, girl chat.
Now, more people on, yeah.
All right, now listen, fellas too, and females. If you're sensitive, don't send me an email to be a part, because we gonna keep it 100. Okay, fellas, if you want to know the truth and want to know what we think, tune in. If you can't handle it, just hit mute. But y'all need to see this.
Don't come on here getting defensive. I'm ready.
Right, we can be ready. Yeah, you are. We can be ready. We can do the dang thing. Listen, we're going to keep it 100 always, raw and uncut. That's how we do. We do it straight with no chaser on Shop Talk, all right? Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people. Shop Talk! On your favorite podcast.
All right. Ended.
Thanks, dog. Listen.
I tried to read the comments to get back and I hit the wrong thing. I was like, I'm on it.
I couldn't even read it. I was like, let me go ahead and they'll chat. So listen. Have your questions ready. Have your concerns ready. We're going to run down and we're going to have it. Girl chat.
What is the topic we're supposed to have questions for?
No, whatever. Like comments, things that bother you, agitate you during dating. I'm going to send you guys the questions.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to send you.
We was doing last week.
Yeah, that we talking about. We're going to do it after dark. All right.
Okay.
Shop Talk after dark during the day.
Now come on here and being all defensive when ladies is stating they stuff.
So
say shots fired.
Yes. So thanks so much. Listen here. I'm so tired. I'm so tired for working last night. That child I worked with last night.